Hello everyone, welcome to Green Marketing Zone. Today I will talk about the challenges business owners are facing these days and how City Council is helping them. Before we start, here is a reminder. This talk is intended for educational purposes only. Nothing contained in or provided through this talk is intended to constitute advice or serve as a substitute for the advice of City Council. If you're looking for any help or resources from City Council, please contact them directly. My guest today is Lauren Doherty. She's passionate about giving Allen residents a voice in local government. During her tenure on City Council, she hopes to help build a modern and sustainable community which stands the test of time. Doherty was elected to Allen City Council in 2018. Since her election, she has served on the Council Nominating Committee and as the Council liaison to the Keep Allen Beautiful Board and the Library Board. Doherty has extensive experience in the nonprofit arena. She is also working with the local refugee assistance organization called Entangled Happiness. Previously, she worked with the CASA of Collin County as a child advocate, served on the executive committee of the Alumni Council of Princeton University, and served on the board of the Endowment for Youth Committee in Santa Barbara, California. She has also served on the Stephen G. Terrell Recreation Center Feasibility Committee and the Animal Shelter Advisory Board. Doherty holds a bachelor's degree in astrophysics from Princeton University. She lives in Allen with her husband Brian and her two sons, Ethan and Jacob. Please join me in welcoming her. Hi, Lauren. How are you
Hi,
doing?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us today. We wanted you to come on board with us to help business owners with the challenges they're facing these days and what City Council is doing to help them. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and your work.
Sure, and thank you again for inviting me. This is such an honor to be on your program, so thank you for including me here. You already said a lot about me, so I'm not going to go into a lot of details about that, but I have lived in the city of Allen for over 15 years. Both my kids were born in Allen, so they are little Allen natives, and we go to school here down the street at the public school, Beverly Elementary School and Hendrick Middle School, and yeah, I am just here to try to help our residents enjoy the quality of life that Allen offers, and make sure that everybody is happy to live here and feels included and cared for. So does that answer your question?
Thanks for the introduction. So, what inspired you to join the City Council?
Well, I really felt that we needed some more diverse representation on the council as far as perspectives and points of view. It seemed like a lot of times the council would vote unanimously about projects and things that the city residents didn't necessarily feel unanimously about. So I wanted to make sure that the people who weren't happy with the decisions the council was making were getting a voice on the council as well. So I kind of promised to be their voice. If something controversial comes up on the council, I really don't think that there should be a unanimous vote when there isn't unanimous agreement among the residents.
Yeah, that's a great story. So, let's start with the questions here. So, so what type of business development programs are offered by the City Council?
So first of all, Allen is what we call like a 4A, 4B city. Years and years ago, we voted to allocate tax money, sales tax dollars, to an economic development corporation and a community development corporation. So when you pay your sales tax, there is 1 penny of that sales tax that gets split between those two. And so the Allen Economic Development Corporation gets a half a penny of sales tax on every dollar that's spent in Allen that's taxable. And they are really the core group that manages economic development, business retention, expansion, and all of those things for Allen. They are a partner with the city, and the city obviously provides them funding, and we also appoint the board of directors for the EDC. So it's a really tight-knit program with the city. So the EDC is really the place to go if you're a small business and if you want to work with the city. They also work very closely with the Allen Fairview Chamber of Commerce, which is the local chamber of commerce here in Allen, and they combine with Fairview. So some of the small business programs that we offer are actually recently during this COVID pandemic, we were able to get some federal funding dollars from the CARES Act. And the money was supposed to be available for the city to use to reimburse themselves for any additional costs, expenses that we incurred because of the pandemic. For example, PPE for our firefighters. But we actually didn't need the amount of money that we were given. And so we allocated, as a council, we allocated $3 million to a program to give grants to small businesses, locally owned small businesses that had suffered during the pandemic and are suffering during the pandemic. So we took that $3 million and we worked with the EDC and with some other cities. I believe Frisco was the other city that we worked with to create a grant program, and we were able to disperse to 141 Allen businesses with an average grant of $21,000 per business. So those businesses were able to take that money, pay for their payroll or pay for their rent or whatever they needed to pay for and to stay in business through this pandemic. So that's something that I'm particularly proud of for Allen, and that the city council allocated money that was really meant for the city out to some of the businesses in the community. We have other programs that we just created with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is another city function called the Shop Allen, Texas. It's a local shopping campaign to encourage people to shop at their local restaurants, local retailers, to keep their money and their dollars here locally. And we also have a partnership with the Small Business Administration and Collin College to have the Collin County Small Business Development Center, which provides training, coaching, consulting, and it's free for business owners. And this is a great place for individuals to start when they are wanting to start a business.
That's great. That's great. So businesses with fewer than 100 workers account for 1/3 of the national employment, and they serve as a vital anchors in local communities. What type of business networking events are being offered in the city since this pandemic?
Well, since the pandemic, I'm not sure. I believe probably anything that was offered has gone virtual. I'm not exactly sure about the specific details about that. But again, business networking would probably be something that you would find with the EDC. They do offer networking throughout the year to local Allen-based businesses, and they can be anything from department-specific events to C-suite events, industry topic-specific events, and all of that. And any of these programs, if you're interested in learning more about them, you can contact the EDC, and specifically Tracy Klein is our business retention and expansion manager, and she is just amazing. She's the person I reached out to make sure I had all the information to answer your questions today, and she wants to work with anyone in the city who wants to build their business. And her name again is Tracy Klein.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for sharing her name and her
Yes.
contact. So whoever wants to join and whoever needs the resources, they can contact her. That's good. So where can business owners find resources for their businesses if they're looking for any kind of help from City Council?
Right. So again, EDC, they have their own website. It's allenedc.com. They have just right on their homepage, they have COVID resources for businesses that you can. They've centralized all the information that any business would need to know about to navigate through the pandemic. If you have health-related specific issues, you can also always reach out to our fire department. Our fire department has a COVID hotline. For example, if your employees feel sick or if you have a question about how to, create a mask wearing policy for your business or something like that, our fire department is happy to help with those kinds of issues as well. So we have a lot of support coming from the city and from the EDC.
That's great. So, are there any mentoring programs available for business owners as well from City Council?
Again, it's not really specifically from City Council. I feel like I keep saying that over and over again. The City Council, we, of course, we delegate all of these different topics to different pieces of the city. And since EDC is our business development arm, I would say that's why I keep mentioning them.
Okay.
But programs that they told me about that are available to our business owners here, SCORE is a Collin County Small Business Development Center mentoring program. And that connects individuals who are starting a business with retired industry executives. So I think that's a great mentoring opportunity. And again, that's through the Collin County Small Business Development Center. And then Collin Corporate College provides professional training, middle skills training, professional development solution opportunities, and business solutions. And I think also Collin College, which is about ready to open up their new campus in Allen, is a great starting place too.
Oh, that's great. I had no idea that there is a campus coming in Allen as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful campus. They're just finishing it up. It's up on 121, and it's a very modern looking campus. It's going to be offering it's a technical campus, so it's less of an academic community college and more on the technical studies side of things. And it's right next door to the Allen ISD STEAM Center, and they're going to be having programs in conjunction with Allen ISD. And of course, other ISDs around the community are able to do dual credit programs with them as well.
Okay, that's great. So, how can people reach out to you if they're interested in getting help from City Council or the EDC?
So, yeah, if you want to reach out to me, it's really easy. I'm happy to give out my email and my phone number. My phone number is 214-733-7961. It's on my business card, so it's not a secret. You can call or text me anytime. You can reach out to me via my Facebook page for Lauren for Allen. It was my campaign page to begin with, but then when I got elected, it just sort of became my City Council face page. And there is a messaging option there. You can message me. My City Council email is ldoherty@cityofallen.org. And then with the EDC, I don't have a specific email address for you, but they have a website. It's allenedc.com. And I think Tracy Klein is your first stop, but you can just phone them. It's a small group. I think they have 6 people working at the EDC, so they can direct you with whatever questions you have. And I really recommend reaching out to them for anything that you need, because they're just an amazing group of people and they really do great work for the City of Allen.
Yeah, and especially these days, like I'm seeing that especially small business, they are struggling a lot and they need a lot of help. So it will be a great resource for them for if they are looking for any kind of mentoring or any resources for their businesses.
So one thing I want to mention also is to make sure that everybody knows our City of Allen grant program has closed. We were able to give out all $3 million, which we're very proud of, but there is still money available through Collin County. And they have extra CARES Act money that they are doing a very similar small business grant program. And there is a grant application window opening on Friday, September 4th. There's about a 3-week opportunity to apply for those grants. And again, it's going to be grants up to $25,000. And you're going to have to be able to show that you've lost revenue due to the COVID pandemic. But it's a very similar process to the one that we did in Allen. And for the companies and the small businesses that weren't able to get money from Allen, we are going to be transitioning them over to the county program so that hopefully they will be able to get a grant through Collin County. And I think that $25,000, if you're a small business, I would hope that that can help you through this difficult time. And I think it's really amazing that both the city and the county are going to be able to give these grants out. So I really encourage you to apply during that window. You can go to apply for that. It's collincountytexas.gov, and they have a special page, small business grants, that is specifically for the application there. And if anyone needs to contact me for the link, they can reach out to me through any of those methods that I mentioned before.
That's good. Yeah, because they are always looking for some kind of resources. So I think this will definitely help them.
Yeah, I'm worried about our local business owners. I know a lot of businesses are struggling and some are going out of business. And, this isn't something that, you're just seeing in some of the hard hit areas where COVID is, there are some more areas in the country where COVID is hitting people physically harder, but businesses are suffering everywhere. And, I definitely feel for our local business owners, and we're doing as much as we can. If there's more that we can do, I would encourage you to reach out to us and tell us what it is that you think we can do to help, and we will do our very best. The city is also struggling because our revenues will be depleted, and we have to figure out how to fund, our fire department, our police department, our parks, and everything, so that we don't, our services don't get depleted during this time. So, and in that way, the city itself is sort of suffering just like the businesses are. So we understand.
Yeah,
Is there
definitely.
anything that that you were hoping for more information about that I wasn't able to answer?
No, that's it. I am almost done here. Thanks again for joining us today. It was a great pleasure and honor to have you here today.
It was
I
my
hope
pleasure.
our audience got, yeah, so I hope our audience got a lot of value from our discussion, and we look forward to seeing you and serving you, our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and you have a great day and stay safe.
You too. Thank you. If you have any more questions, leave us a comment below and we will be happy to help you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.